such an asshole!
Everybody, the old captain. We have a Clarey test request. You can always send your Clarey test request by going to assholeconsulting.com, where I will professionally administer the Clarey test. You guys can't we had to go through this. There was debate, huge debate. Words were exchanged, hurtful words about each other's mothers at a bar one time over applying the Clarey test to Indiana Jones and Captain James T. Kirk. And it almost came to fisticuffs, but I was called in to appropriately administer the Clarey test. You need to be certified. The HR department's going to ask you if you have your doctorate in administering Clarey tests, and did you get CPE in continuing education, and then they're also going to ask you some questions about what your favorite color is and why, and what's your favorite zoo animal. If you could be a zoo animal, which one and there is a correct answer. There is a correct answer. And none of you were vetted by the HR cunts of the world. So only I am qualified. And then I have the Clarey Test Institute, and you can pay $500,000, and the government will lend you the money to get your associates. But first you have to take 8 years of prerequisites, employing all my worthless, talentless, liberal arts majoring friends. But remember, there's no education bubble, and any degree is a good degree. All right, let's continue on. Stephen writes, "Hey, Captain. Repeat customer. I'd like to do a video administering the Clarey test to Mitch McConnell. He is a Republican from my home state of Kentucky, and he has been in office longer than I've been alive, so I know you'll be a fan. Sarcasm never works well when written, does it? Let me know your price. Have a great day, Steve." Well, I will. So, let's look up Mitch McConnell. And he is he the, what's it called, the Senate Majority Leader? Yeah, he has been Senate Majority since. Okay, so I can already tell you. And what's his net worth? $17 million on something? All right, you can just look at this fuck. I hate him politically because he has no balls. It's actually a woman dressed in drag. I don't know if you knew that about Mitch McConnell. He's a woman, but let's put the test to test anyway. All right, Mitch McConnell. The 4 questions we're going to ask of him is, what is your degree? If it's a worthless degree, you get a point. You don't want points on this test. Do you come from rich parents? If you come from rich parents, you get a point. You don't want points on this test. Do you have any private sector real-world experience? That includes being a cop, fireman, or military, even though those are public sector. If you have experience, you don't get a point. If you don't have experience, real-world experience, you do get a point. And then what are you currently doing now? And I wonder if Mitch McConnell, Mitch the bitch, is going to get a fucking point there. So let's go through with this worthless fucking ballless pussy. Addison. His real name is Addison. Ha ha! Addison Mitchell Mitch McConnell Jr. Addison. So there was an Addison before him. Oh, like these guys don't come from fucking money. Fucking Addison. And this guy's what? How old is he? Where was he born? Jesus Christ, 75. He's been in office since Gerald Ford. Born in 75. So think how douchey this family must have been. Like, Addison's what millennials are named and what Gen Z kids are named by their douchebag Gen X parents. All right? They were so far ahead of the curve by like 70 years. Addison. Born February 1942, American politician, senior U.S. Senator from Kentucky, majority leader, early life and education. In a hospital, and raised as a young child near Athens, is the son of Addison Mitchell McConnell and his wife Julia. As a youth, he overcame polio. His family moved in. When he was a teenager, his family arrived in Louisville, where he attended DuPont Manual High School. He graduated with honors with a BA in political science. All right, so he already has a worthless degree. It doesn't say anything about his dad, but let's go to DuPont Manual High School. Is that private? Public magnet school located in Louisville. Whoa, that looks very nice. As an all-male training manual school. Well, what's his dad's name? Addison. Let's look up Addison McConnell. Addison McConnell. Addison Mitchell McConnell. Father. Kentucky. He was a volunteer employee of the Army during World War II and later on to work as employee relations superintendent for E.I. DuPont de Nemours and Company. Retired from that position. Was chairman of the Republican Party in Shelby and volunteer Boy Scouts. He sounds like, his dad sounds like he's upper middle income. Work for employee relations superintendent. Sounds like a good guy. That's typically how it is. Spoiled little brats come from good men who don't raise them right. Biographical. Oh, it all goes to his son. I'm trying to find what his dad did. Let's say I'm going to give him half a point because he comes from more money than I did. That's fair. Yeah, it is fair. This guy went to it didn't sound like he was starving. Oh, I'm still on the DuPont school. If somebody else knows if he came from money, let us know. He was a teenager, but okay, so political science, he gets a point for that because that's a worth. And right there, political science is one of the most evil, if not the most evil degree, because he's a 17-year-old cunt saying, well, I'm smart enough to tell the rest of the world what to do. I should be a leader. I haven't got pubes yet on my pussy because I'm Mitch McConnell, but I think I should tell people what to think and do. See, and the Republican Party wonders why they have trouble winning over the average man. Because you don't get average men. You get inferior pieces of spoiled cunt blue-blooded shit to run. Again, get my buddy Joe. I'll say you, and my buddy Richard. Two normal guys, work a lot of jobs. They should be your fucking chiefs and commanders and chief. So political science, have a point for coming through with upper middle class income. So he got a BA in 1964. McConnell began interning for Senator John Sherman Cooper in 1964. Boom! Right off the bat. Inspired him to run for Senate eventually himself. Later, McConnell was assistant to Senator Marlo Cook, deputy assistant. Okay, so this fucker has never worked a real job in his life. This cocksucking motherfucking piece of shit never worked a real job in his life. Alright, so, worthless degree. Never worked a real job. Currently never worked a real job, and comes from 3.5. That's a horrible score. I think only Barack Obama has a worse score, Nancy Pelosi, because they did come knowingly from wealth. Whereas Mitch McConnell's dad sounded like he actually worked a little bit for a living, and Mitch wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth, more pewter, but at least he had a spoon in his mouth. Yeah, this cocksucker, and it should be no surprise, this guy's not faced challenge. This guy's not faced hardship. He has not faced any real hurdles to overcome. All right? He's just, I mean, look at him. He's fucking soft. He's fucking soft. This guy made it into he's the fucking Senate Majority Leader. And you wonder why Obamacare couldn't get turned over. Because you have this ballless pussy as the fucking main guy of the Republican Party in the Senate. We knew this was going to be. I mean, his actions and behaviors is that of a coward and a weakling and a wimp. All right? And I'm not saying that to insult you or get you upset. I'm saying to be descriptive to you, Senator. You are a fucking pussy. All right? You failed the country. You're just pathetic. You're not a man. You're a pathetic excuse for him. You're sad. You're just a sad sack of shit. All right? But we all knew this. We didn't have to go and investigate his background because the guy, he just bent over and spread his ass cheeks a little bit more for Obama to fuck him up the ass. Because he was too busy fucking the American people up the ass. Because he's Mitch fucking McConnell. Anyway, that's what happens when you get a kid named Addison and you vote for him. All right? You guys got questions on the Clarey's test on how to professionally administer it. Again, you don't want a rookie. Dangerous things happen when you administer it yourself. Contact me over at assholeconsulting.com. Get my books. You can find them on Amazon.com. They include Bachelor Pad Economics, Worthless, Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. Fucking Addison over here probably could have used that one. Enjoy the Decline, Curse of the High IQ, Reconnaissance Man, and The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. And we got the Clarey Podcast. You can find that on SoundCloud.com. Just Google it and you'll find it. Best of luck to all of you. Toodles.